Hello everybody, it's Manga Mike. Welcome to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing the 3/4 view of this character's face. So before I get started, first of all, 3/4 view is something that I've always really struggled with. It's difficult because in 3/4 view, it's basically combining both of these views in a way that makes the character look and present more three-dimensional. So it goes from a 2D brain to a 3D brain, for lack of a better phrase. And for beginning artists, and for even artists down the road, it's a difficult thing to get used to. So this might not be the perfect 3/4 view, but I will give you as much information as I can, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you. So what we'll do is we'll still start off with the circle, which is the obviously this like base of the head right here. I'm also looking at a reference, by the way, of it looks like a kid that's probably like 12-ish, maybe somewhere around there, 10, 11, 12, somewhere in that range. So what you want to do is first you just want to start off with the general outline of the face. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit. So we see right here his eye is like right in this area, the top of his eye. So that piece right there is actually going to come slightly in like that. And then, or really what you can do is you can just go almost right next to your circle. Then we're going to kind of pop out a little bit right there. And then for this character, so I'll do two different types. For this character right here, since it's I'm trying to portray like a young kid, like a younger teenager or somewhere in that realm of things, I'm gonna do like somewhat of a rounded effect for the chin. It'll help keep him looking young. That's actually pretty good. I'm happy with that. But for characters that are, I'm going to just use a different layer. For characters that, might not be, a younger character, what you want to do is you're going to use lines that are a little more jagged, right? And this right here will harshen up the look of the character and make him or her look a little bit older. So just keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and hide that and keep this like rounded look. So then the forehead, just whatever type you feel fits your character. Some foreheads kind of go back like this and then come out. Some are more straight up and down, and then they come around. I think I'm going to keep this one. Alright, but, just look at reference and see what your character, you want your character to really look like, and that'll help guide you. So then I'm going to go ahead and add this line right here. So this line is basically showing us, one, that this is a curved facial feature or curved surface that we're drawing on. But it also gives us a guide as to where to place the eyes. So this is going to be the most difficult part right here, is placing the eyes. So you still want about an eye's length apart. And obviously you're going to keep the size that you've been using for the eye in the front and the side view. But this eye right here, people have a lot of trouble with this eye, myself included. What you're doing is you're taking a shape, right? So say we're taking this square right here. We're taking this square, and that's what it might look like on that side, and we're condensing it, right? You can still see the edge of it in most 3/4 views, but we're still going to condense it down a little bit. So what's going to end up happening is it's going to be the same height, right? So it's going to be up in here, but it's just going to be less width. So it's going to end up being something like that. Okay, and you know what? It might even be a little beneficial to push it out a little more. All right. That might be a little bit too condensed in. I might need to pull his chin slightly in a little more, and then make this center line pop out a little further. So maybe the center line needs to be like, oops, did the same center line, huh? Maybe the center line needs to be a little bit more like that. I don't know, but so we're just gonna go ahead and continue placing the facial features. So you're gonna have your nose right in here. Your ear, you know, all this stuff is still in the same spot. The big difference between the ear in this view and in other views is that, or at least the side view, is that your ear is actually going to almost fall off the side of the head a little bit. Sorry, that was a really bad placement of the ear. So it's this line and the bottom line. So it's gonna like come off the side of the head a little bit. And then you got your mouth. Good, you know, rule of thumb for the mouth is that, you know, like in your front view, I have this part right here lined up with like the inside of the iris on both. And, you know, you might want to keep the same rule of thumb for this one. So it's probably going to be like right in here. And this eye looks like it's a little far out. So maybe it should be like right here. But, and then this line should probably be right in there. And that's going to help you place your mouth. So, the only other part that's really important is going to be the hairline. That's a little high, right? Or a little low, I meant. So the hairline is going to be right in there. And last but not least, we're going to do just a very rough estimate for the mohawk. An important thing to think about for the mohawk is that it's placed still on this line, this center line of his head, right? But it's wrapping like around the back of his head. So again, this is something you might want to use reference for, but since we're not seeing, like in the side view where we're seeing this, you know, all of it coming out and everything, you're not going to see that in this view because his head's turned. So, you know, use your reference if you need to for that. I'm definitely going to, but just keep that in mind when you're doing like hair and things like that that tend to wrap around. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stop talking. And I'm going to put this in the time lapse, and I'm going to go ahead and do the best that I can to try to make this character, this 3/4 view of this character, look like the front and the side view. I might go and change a few things. Like I think I might like keep it round right here, but maybe change that. But you know, I'll explain any changes I decided to make afterwards, and you know, give you some more feedback. Okay. Hey everybody, I'm back. So I just kind of wanted to share with everybody kind of what I did and the purpose of doing a character turnaround like this. So I went ahead and I just fixed up his like face lining on the outside near the foreshortened eye. I also kind of messed around with his mohawk a little bit more just to make it look, you know, fairly consistent and also fairly foreshortened to match the 3/4 view. And I also did minor details and stuff with like his eyes and whatnot. And as you're seeing right now, this is the finished product. So the 3/4 view is, or actually, sorry, the character turnaround is important because it gives you nice guidelines for looking back to see how you want your character to look when you make your own manga or your own comic or what have you. And you can make the character consistent in a shorter period of time. So anyways, that's really it for this video. I really appreciate you watching. If you feel like this could be helpful for somebody else, please share it. And if you have any comments or anything, as always, go ahead and comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. But until next time, I'm Manga Mike, and I'm out.